get a lot of questions about what is the one thing that has helped me with my autistic child. What is the one thing that I would say is the big reason for our success? And Williams, my son, still needs a lot of help, but he's been progressing, and I've been posting videos for a very long time, and people who have seen his progress are asking, like, what is it that I would say is the one thing that has really helped? And I have always said that aside from therapy, because therapy is very important, but aside from therapy, I would say that the one thing, if I had to name one thing that has really helped, it would be spending time with my son Williams. And in this video, I'm going to share with you 5 reasons why it's really important to spend time with your children with special needs. Now, we all know that it's very important to spend time with kids in general because it builds their self-esteem, it helps them with their communication skills, it helps them be better friends, or build better friendship because, they have better communication skills. But in this video, I'm going to tell you the reasons why it's especially important for kids on the spectrum. And I'll just say this, that I'm talking about quality time, not quantity time. So you don't have to be a stay-at-home mom to spend time with your kids. All the moms that are working, you guys are awesome. You can find time to spend time with your kids because I'm talking about quality time. And even if you're a stay-at-home mom, please do not spend all your time with your kids because you just get burned out, okay? They just need quality time with you. And then the rest of the time, if you can, it would be to replenish yourself. Take care of yourself because you want to be pouring from a full cup, not from an empty one. So here are 5 reasons why it's important to spend time with your autistic child and why that has helped me develop such a good relationship with my autistic son Williams. So with my son Williams, I gave birth to him, so he's my son. He's always loved me because we've always spent time together. That boy breastfed until he was, I don't know, maybe 8 months. Okay, no, 7 months, at least 7 months. He was going to 8 months when he started to eat regular food. Okay, so he was on my breast for 7 months at the least. So of course we developed a good bond. He loved me, but there was just something missing, and if you have children on the spectrum, you probably know what I'm talking about. Like, there was just something missing. Yes, he loved me, but there wasn't that strong connection. What changed it around for me was when one of his therapists gave me some videos to watch. And in one of the videos, I saw a man go into the crib of his autistic child and stay in the crib with the child and play with the child. And the child was having so much fun. And in the video, it kind of stated that was the first time the child was connecting like that with the dad. And it was an aha moment for me. I'm like, okay, yes, I spent time with my son, but I never really did it like that, like go into his space and just be there with him and listen for what he would want me to do with him, and not just go in there and try to get him to do what I want him to do. So I decided to do the same thing with Williams. And what that looks like is going to the level that your autistic child is on. Say they're playing on the floor, you get down on the floor with them and you try to understand what they're doing. Maybe ask them what they're doing, and then participate, or just watch them and just be in awe of them is what I will say. So that's the number 1 reason why you want to spend time with your autistic child, because it helps them to feel valued and understood by you. Now, believe it or not, autistic children already know that there's something wrong with them. Okay, I have another video where I talked about why it's important to tell your child that they have autism. They already see it when they go out with friends and family members, and they see how other kids play and relate with each other, and they know that they can't do it. And some of them, I would argue most of them, wish that they could. Maybe not all the time. They don't want to do it all the time. Trust me, they like being by themselves, but sometimes they want to be able to communicate in that way and socialize in that way, but they just can't. So that's why therapy is important, because it helps with those skills. So your child already knows that he feels some type of way So when you come down to his level and you show him that you're ready to get involved in his world and play with him in whatever thing he's playing, or in whatever game he's playing, or whatever thing he's doing, even if he's lining up stuff and then you help him line it up, then he sees that, okay, mommy understands or daddy understands and daddy likes what I like. That is just a huge thing for them. It makes them feel so valued and so understood, and it makes them feel closer to you. This will also help if your child has never said words like I love you, or doesn't like to hug you and things like that. This is one way to get your child closer to doing something like that. Because if someone feels valued and close to you, then they're more likely to open up to you. Now, reason number 2 why you should spend quality time with your autistic child is it helps you, the parent, to understand your child a lot better. Why is it important to understand your child? Oh my goodness. Because if you do not understand your child, how would you know what kind of rewards, what kind of consequences, appropriate discipline for that child? Because some children, believe it or not, take away their iPad and their electronic gadgets and they're fine. Okay, so that is not any consequence to them. Like, they are fine just being by themselves. Okay, so when you spend time with your autistic child, it helps you to understand that child better, and that way you're able to execute your parenting better, because now you know how to parent better. You know how to push them to get out of their comfort zones using rewards, because you know what they like, right? I can't really overemphasize the advantage of knowing your child better, especially if your child is on the spectrum and they don't really have a lot of words yet, just like Williams didn't. So it was important for me to know what he likes and what he doesn't like, because I won't get him to say it. I just had to watch him to know it. The third reason why spending quality time helps to improve your autistic child's skills is because it would help the child to also understand the parent. Now, not only do they understand that you love them and you value them, and then they love you more for it and they open up to you, but now they also understand you. They understand your nuances, your sarcasm, they understand your gestures, so even you don't have to speak for them to know what you're saying. They just understand it. The things that would probably make them upset, but because they know where it's coming from, they know that's how mommy talks. They know, I don't know how to explain it, but they understand. They understand you. Okay, for instance, there are certain things that I post on social media and people are going crazy, like, why would she say that to her child? Meanwhile, in my household, my son understands where mom is coming from. My son understands my jokes and all of that. So for him, it's nothing. But I understand for people looking in, it's like, oh, why would she do that? But my son understands this, and that's because I've spent so much time with him. So he knows his mommy. And then why this is also helpful is because if you decide to discipline your child for bad behavior, and your child knows that you spend time with them and you love them 90% of the time. But kids will be kids, and they will push your button, and they want to see how far they can push you, right? And so you discipline them. They know it's coming from a place of love because you've spent quality time with them, and because they understand you. They understand this is mommy's language for discipline. This is how mommy disciplines. This is what mommy would do if you do not behave yourself, or if you behave badly. This is what mommy would do. So they don't take it personally. I hope I explained this properly. Okay, reason number 4 why quality time helps your child with autism improve his skills or their skills. This one is especially important for your child if you have a child that is nonverbal. It helps the parent, it helps you to know what your child is capable of and what your child is not capable of. Let's say your child goes to school and then you get a call that your child pushed someone. Let me say Williams, for instance. Williams pushed someone. First of all, I'm going to ask, did anybody see it happen? Because I know Williams, my son, will not go to someone and just push them. Very unlikely. But that's because I know my child. Now, have you met parents where have you met parents, some parents that you tell them, oh, your child did this, I saw it happen, and they're like, no, my child will never do that. They think that their child is a saint, right? They think that their child can do no harm, but you actually witnessed it. Okay, so we don't want to be that parent. So I know my Williams, I know what Williams can do and what Williams cannot do. If you tell me, oh, they were coloring and Williams went and picked someone's color, I'll ask you, was it a red color? Most likely, because he likes the color red, and if he doesn't have it in his small container of crayons, he's gonna go around and he's gonna just pick someone's color. Okay, so of course when he comes home, we're going to have a conversation, and I'm gonna try to teach him better ways to ask for the color and all of that. I've been teaching him that for years. He still doesn't get it, but slowly but surely, okay. We're just gonna keep teaching. But this is just an example of what I know my son can do. He would go and get that color and he wouldn't ask for it. He would get it, and if you ask him, hey, that's my color, he'll say, no, it's mine. He's gonna say, no, it's mine. Yeah. Yeah, some of you think autistic people don't lie. They do. They do. And it's a good thing. It's a good thing. Maybe I should make another video for this, but it's a good thing that they lie, because it shows when they do not lie, the reason why they don't lie is because they think that we can see in their brains. They think that humans are capable of seeing what they're thinking. So when they're lying, it's actually a good sign that they know that they can manipulate things and nobody's seeing their brain, and they want to see what they can get away with. It's a good skill. But obviously we want to teach them not to do that. So where was I? Sorry, I digress. Okay, so if you tell me Williams took the crayon and said it was his when it wasn't his, I will believe you, and I'm going to scold him for that. Okay, but if you tell me he went and he pushed the child, I'm going to say, did someone see it? Unless someone saw it happen. If it's another child giving account of what happened, I'm going to be suspecting that child. But if a teacher saw it happen, then it would be unusual. But of course, if a teacher saw it happen, then it happened. Okay, then I will have to talk to him about it, which is a good thing, because that would mean that if your child was doing something that they would normally not do, then you know that there's something going on, right? There's something. It would be a conversation to have. Like if, for instance, in the example that I'm using, if Williams went around pushing people, that would be a new thing. So it would be conversations like what's going on with him, or me just observing to see if there's something wrong in the household that is making him behave that way, or if there's something going on in school. It would just help me to kind of investigate and see if something in his world is now different, that is making him be a different person, which is also a good thing. I did not think about that point. It's also a good thing to know when something is shifting in your child's life so that you can get on top of it. But you won't know that unless you are spending time with them and you know what they can or cannot do, or what they will or will not do. This is also important because when you know what your child can do, it also helps with knowing their strength. Like, I know Williams loves to play the piano. It is hard work, trust me, to get him to actually play. But I know, I see him when he sees other people playing. I see the love in his eyes when he sees other people playing, and I know it's something he wants to do. But it's just that kids, and I think even us adults, we feel like, oh, I love singing, I should just sing. No, sometimes you need a vocal coach, okay? Sometimes you need to put in the work. You need to practice the singing every day, So I think that's what's happening with him. He thinks that because he loves to play the piano, he's just going to sit down and play. No, you need to learn it. And then you need to practice it to get better, yeah? So I have to, it's a struggle to get him to learn and practice, but I do it because I already know that it's something he loves. I know that he will appreciate it in the long run if he actually knows how to play the piano, because he loves it deep down inside. And of course, it helps you to know their weaknesses as well, so you know what areas to help them in. And if it's something that they don't know and it will not affect them in life in general, then they don't know it. Like, they don't have to know it. I know Williams can't play soccer. Mm-mm. No team sport, okay, for Williams. So I don't bother. I'm not going to bother. He's never going to play soccer in his life, and that's fine. He's never going to play basketball. That's fine. Right now, we're trying lawn tennis, okay? One-on-one. He's good with that, but nothing team sport. There's so many advantages to knowing what your child likes and what your child doesn't like, his strength, what's not his strength, and what he can do and what he cannot do. Now, the fifth reason why quality time helps with improving your autistic child's skills, it's certainly not the list of them, but it's number 5. It's the last one, so I can let you go. It's because they grow up so fast. These children grow up so fast, like, you will not believe it. Like, in a few years, okay, maybe not a few, but in no time, these children are grown and they've left the house. And even if your child doesn't leave the house, if your child is severe, if his needs are severe and you feel like you still have to take care of a child, they're still not a baby. They're grown. Now the needs are different, okay? So I feel like we will always miss those times when they were tiny little kids and playing around and messing the whole place up. And that's why I know some people might hate me for this, but you don't have to clean up the house all the time, okay? If you have to choose between cleaning up and quality time, say because you go to work or even because you stay at home and you're just tired, you have to choose quality time, okay? The toys are fine. They're going to get messy again. If you clean them up, they're going to get messy again. By the time your kids are old enough and they leave the house, there will be no toys loitering the whole house, okay? It will be just you and your spouse, hopefully, and you guys, everything you put in place will be in place. You wake up in the morning, everything is still in place. Nobody threw any toys around. You're not stepping on any toys. Everything is in place by that time. Right now, enjoy the moment. Enjoy what comes with it. Of course, clean up your house if you can. Not if you can. Cleanliness is next to godliness. So clean up your house, of course. But I'm saying, it doesn't have to be in a way that it is stressful. Like, you don't let them play with their toys because it's going to get messy. Don't play with those toys. Put them back. No, don't do this. Why'd you buy the toys? Let them play with the toys, okay? Let them play with the toys. When you can, clean it up because you also want to teach them cleanliness. So clean it up when you can. But I'm saying that if you have to choose between, okay, I have 2 hours. Do I spend quality time? And I haven't spent quality time with my kids today. Do I spend quality time or do I clean up? Please spend quality time with your kids. Do the cleaning tomorrow. They'll be messy again tomorrow anyway, even if you do it tonight. Okay? So I hope this makes sense to someone, and I hope this helps someone. You can leave me comments, like the video, follow, subscribe, whatever, depends on where you're watching from, and have a wonderful day.